What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 6 of the Streamer Zone podcast. This week, we're going to be going over some audio issues and reasons that I did not post the podcast last week, as well as some EFT from Escape from Tarkov things that are happening in the community and from the developers as well. First off, I do want to apologize formally for not getting a video posted last week. We did have some issues. We did film the whole podcast. We got it edited. I had some issues with uploading the video, and then I went to re-edit the video and realized that my microphone was completely cutting out the entire time. So I am going to focus on trying to talk a little bit more into the microphone to give you guys the best audio possible. The audio was actually cutting out the entire time. I did some things that I thought were going to fix it. Now, sit back and think, like, audio is very hard.
Annoying.
It's very hard to determine what's going on because it's not visual. Like, if I see something with the camera, I can fix that because I can physically see what's going on. As with the audio, it's a lot more in-depth and complicated as far as that. I tried to fix it myself. Obviously, I was not good enough because I ended up fixing it, but then there was a lot of static whenever I talked, and it was just really, really bad. It was really bad. I had to we were going to film the podcast yesterday, and I had to sit down for 45 minutes to an hour just to sit down with my audio guy and try to help fix the issue, and he did get it fixed. I'm a little bit quiet, but that's besides the fact. We will be getting that fixed in the future. Possibly get a couple new components. We'll see. We'll make a whole YouTube video on that. And we'll probably sit down with another podcast and talk about that.
Absolutely. Just like we did when I got my new mic and Go XLR. Got to talk about it in the podcast. Got to let the people know that, hey, every day changes are coming. That's the fun part about streaming is nothing stays the same forever. There's always something in your setup that you look to change next. It's just a matter of time before you get to it.
Exactly.
But hopefully, all the audio issues are figured out. Like, the one problem I'm dealing with is if you go watch my stream and listen to how I sound there versus how I sound on the podcast, two completely different sounds because of Discord and how we're filming this. Don't know why that is. I wish it wasn't that way. If you guys know how to make it sound the same, leave a comment down below because I would love to be able to fix that. But I'm going to keep making adjustments every week, try to get the best sound that I can. But it's definitely frustrating when you go back and watch my stream and it's like, wow, you actually sound pretty good. But then you come to the podcast, doesn't match up.
Yep.
Definitely frustrating, but we are working on it. Every week, get a little bit better, change some things up. It's never ending.
And that's what I live by every day, too, is like, if I can change and be 1% better than I was yesterday, it's going to continue to grow significantly more than you would actually think. I mean, within 3 months, you're going to grow 100% better than what you did 100 days ago. I mean, it's just crazy. But also, to get into some Escape from Tarkov stuff, I know...
The juicy stuff.
I was just going to say, I know you got some juicy stuff and stuff that I don't even know about. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay, so yesterday, the head dev, I always forget his name, from Escape from Tarkov...
Nikita?
...has a pod... Nikita, yes, him.
Sorry to
Nikita
interrupt.
No, you're good. I appreciate that. Holds a podcast, and he has members of the community, other streamers, the top streamers. He had Summit, Dr. Lupo, a couple other streamers. They all give their feedback he asked, what do they like in the game? What do they want to see changed? The good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff. So, talking about all that, everyone puts the input in, which is good, because he actually listens to his community and cares about what they think, which is, again, what makes them above a lot other companies.
Can I interrupt you really quick? I'm sorry.
Go for it.
I just wanted to say that's really cool on Escape from Tarkov's as a brand to do that and listen to the streamers, the guys who are playing the game the most out of this game, versus Sea of Thieves as an example of them listening to the people who play the game once a month, once every 2 months, things like that. Like people who just barely play the game or are brand new to the game. Sea of Thieves and Microsoft kind of took that. They took the suggestions from the people who are just barely playing the game, where Tarkov is taking everything and making the game better from the best people who are playing the game, like Pastilli, Shroud, Summit, Dr. Lupo, Tim the Tapman. I mean, all of those guys, they're taking all of that good content from these best of their game players, and they're making the game based off of that, unlike Sea of Thieves, where they were kind of catering to the brand new players who were complaining, they were whining, things like that. I just want to give you guys a huge shout out. That's really cool that they're kind of taking that step and listening to the right people for their game.
Actually, I can jump on that same note. Sea of Thieves is a great example with Summit. They had, when Summit first got back into the Sea of Thieves grind, they had him on their monthly or weekly podcast, whatever it is, doing the same thing, talking about what the likes and don't likes, and everything Summit had to say, well, to be blunt, they shit on. They completely threw him under the bus, just didn't care what he said. The community of Sea of Thieves was split in half because of all the 1G squad of Summit was at his back and wanting it that way, because basically your streamer and community kind of go hand in hand. So what the streamer is into, the community kind of is too. So they all wanted what Summit wanted. The Sea of Thieves side wanted that way, and it was just constant pressure, tension. Didn't go well. It was a disaster. Not good. But with EFT, lot smoother. You know, they actually listen to what everyone has to say. They're appreciative of it. Just so much better and smoother. So 2 thumbs up to you guys at EFT. You guys know what you're doing. Hands down, a phenomenal company that's very small, if you did not know. They're not as big as you think they are.
And they're based out of Russia, too. Like, all of the developers are in Russia. Like, that's really cool to see that someone outside of the country is making such a popular game and impact on in everywhere. I mean, less worldwide, but like most of the time we're playing on EU servers, but it's just really cool that the impact of this game from a small company in Russia is taking over the gaming market. Like, it's really cool.
And you're gonna see new games start to do things the way that EFT is doing it, because they have such a good structure. Yeah, obviously there's a lot of bugs still. They got swarmed with players out of nowhere and don't have the size of the company to deal with it in a fast, efficient manner. Now, he says that they are very close, if 95% of the way, to permanently fixing the servers. Whether or not that's true, or he's just saying that, but he says that's like the least of their problems. They're starting to deal with the load management, and the servers should become less and less of an issue. And because this past weekend the servers were horrendous again, and they're having all kinds of issues, stability issues. So because of that, everybody who's played EFT, when they log in, have 48 hours from the time they log in to claim 1 million rubles from your messenger guy at the bottom. They're just giving everybody 1 million rubles just to say, thank you for sticking with us. We apologize for the servers. We know it's a big inconvenience. Here's $1 million. Everyone who played, there you go. That's
big.
Yeah, it's something they didn't have to do, but it's super nice. Just a nice little thank you for sticking it out. Don't go play Fortnite.
Exactly. And I think that's really big because, like, I feel like if any other game had this sort of problems, I would drop it immediately. I mean, like...
Certainly how long the issues have been around, yeah.
I just don't know why I'm still sticking around. Like, this is still my go-to game every single time, and I don't know. Why is
I think, my honest opinion, it's going to sound like I'm bashing the game, but I'm not at all. the main reason this game is sticking around is because there is nothing else to play at the moment. Fortnite, for all the Fortnite fans, is unplayable. If you're a competitive Fortnite or any like very good player, semi-professional, the game is unplayable. I don't know what they've been doing, but nobody is happy. Apex just had Season 4. That has got people talking again and starting to climb back up a little bit. We'll see how long that lasts. Call of Duty, they just launched Season 2 today. Spoiler, Battle Royale's coming soon. They announced it. They have a teaser video. That's going to bring a lot of people in. But as of now, it's not enough to make people want to stop what they're doing to go play COD. Not yet. So EFT is just up here still compared to everyone else. So with all the frustration and bad servers, there's nothing else to go do that's going to draw your attention away. So as soon as they fix their servers, you're going back to EFT. You can get mad, you can tweet about it, you can scream at the mountaintops of how pissed off you are at the game, but as soon as that's up and running, where you at? Gotta play, gotta correct, gotta play. You're never going to walk away from it right now. There's nothing else to take your attention to, which is good on their part.
They really took the whole market by surprise, and it's just so crazy because I've never been a huge gamer, and for me to be not physically addicted, but like thinking about this game all the time, like it's just that took a real big impact. Like I've never had a game physically like have me wanting to play it 24/7. Like I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what differences it is, but whatever they're doing it right. They just have some bugs to fix and some server problems, and they're going to be rocking and rolling.
Yep, it's just like when Fortnite took off. Nobody knew why this was the game, but it just completely dominated PUBG and H1Z1. It was just on another level, and everybody and their mother wanted to play Fortnite. Everybody. And everyone's playing for 10, 12 hours a day. Go to bed, wake up, do it again. If you had to work, as soon as you came home, you're on Fortnite until you had to go to bed. This is like the 2020 version of that. To me, this is going to sound bad. This is the adult Fortnite.
It is.
This is the game the adults want to play. Let the kids crank 90s. This is our time.
Yep. And it's just so cool because, like you said, it is a small company. Like, this isn't Epic Games or any of the other big game manufacturers or whatever you would call those.
Yeah, it's not game company. It's not EA. It's not the large dev team.
Yeah,
they have like EA, 2K, all those guys.
I was just gonna say 2K20, 2K21, like whatever it is. Like this is taking the whole market by surprise, and I think that's really cool. But
so I have some numbers that are gonna blow your mind. So getting like to the first official topic.
Let's hear it.
So the player base. He let everyone know these numbers of why things get so crazy on the weekends. During the week,
they're getting about 100,000 views or 100,000 players concurrent. Let me just guess. On the weekend.
During the week, Monday through Friday, like 3 o'clock, before everyone gets home from work, like midday Friday, the average player base is 100,000 players.
Holy shit.
On weekends, from Friday night until end of night Sunday, that jumps up to 200,000 viewers, which is why, players, my bad, which is why queue times come up here on weekends. During the week, you get in quick. On weekends, that's why you're sitting in 10-minute queues again, because there's double the people and all the servers are still the same. So he said, and before the boom happened, the concurrent players was under 50K. So they have the servers to manage 50,000 people. And then the average is 100K. And on weekends, that's 200K.
That's wild. I was thinking 100K on the weekends.
Nope, double that.
Now, I have a question. I heard a rumor that when they were doing the podcast on stream on Twitch, during that podcast, they had released the drops again.
Very true.
Now,
drops were enabled.
If they are noticing that these servers are having issues with high volume of people, what do you think their motives were behind allowing enabling the drops again while they were doing that podcast. Like, they know that
Enabling...
the issue is when all the people are there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of stumbled upon, like, why would they enable the drops again and bring all those people back while they're doing that? Just to have another servers crash, because the servers crashed the entire time the podcast was going.
Servers went down before the podcast started and went all the way through for like 5 hours, pretty much all day yesterday. So that was already like that. But the drops for the people are only for the ones watching the stream, watching the podcast. And it's a giving back to those dealing with the problems, just like giving everybody the 1,000,000 rubles for the people who are not able to watch the podcast still play. They get like the 1,000,000 rubles. The drops are just another way of saying thank you for dealing with our servers and putting up with us. We're actually trying. We do care about the community. And as soon as the podcast ended, drops ended. So for that
crazy
2 hours or whatever it was, it's just a little thank you. And the servers are already having issues anyway. So if you could get in, cool. If not, here's a drop.
Now,
we apologize, kind of a thing.
Yep. Now, do you know off the top of your head what channel they were doing the podcast on Twitch? I know it was on Twitch.
Battle State Games. Just like the
Battle State Games. So if you guys ever
I think it's just like the Twitter.
If you guys can, go and follow them on Twitch. That will let you know when they're streaming, because they might do drops in the future to kind of help you guys out. I don't know what the drops really include. Does everybody get stuff, or is it kind of random? How does that kind of work?
I think it's random, but I think it's pretty much anyone who watches the podcast. Because my mod in my stream actually got a helmet and a dog tag case yesterday from watching it.
No shit.
So yeah, he got, and he doesn't even play the game. He just watched the podcast.
That's really cool. We should get him in and play the game on stream. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I'm trying every day.
I know it's complicated. I know he's frustrated, but the game is good when you can get around the server issues. And I also want to go in here and say, like, formally, that everyone bitches all the time on Twitter, on Facebook, even on Instagram. I've seen pictures that I've gotten sent in Discord, just messed up stuff about the servers on Tarkov. But, like, I don't think people really realize. I think a lot of people are doing this because they think the game is complete. They don't realize that they purchased the game in a beta. Like, the game...
Well...
Like, I've never seen another game in beta get so much hate for having something not right. Yeah.
The only thing... my argument always to that is Fortnite is still in beta. They don't have...
Is it really?
Yes. I think every game is in beta that they keep making changes to this often, like the seasons and all the stuff they're always adding to the game. I think they just keep it in beta. My only argument to that is this game has been out for 4 years.
Yeah,
the excuse of beta goes away, but this game was not popular a month ago, which then brings back the excuse they're not used to having to handle 200,000 people with this many servers, with this fewer servers. So I'm with you. People need to take a step back and think about the company instead of just thinking about you not being able to play your video game. Well, Timmy, go play Fortnite.
I think it's an expensive
put yourself in their shoes.
And it's also an expensive beta. I mean, if you buy the full package, it's $140 right now on the market. So, I mean, it is an expensive beta. You are getting a very large stash and some other benefits from already having rep with your traders, things like that. But I just never seen a game in beta take so much hate on all the social media platforms like Tarkov has. Like,
so yeah, when I was watching the stream yesterday, Nikita.
Yep, Nikita.
I gotta write that on my wall somewhere. He was leading the Twitch chat, which had over 130,000 people, something like that.
Yep.
Crap ton. He was reading Twitch chat, and the one message he read made everybody in Discord bust out laughing. It's not exactly PG, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
Let's hear it.
A guy in Twitch chat said, "Why are you talking on the podcast? Go fix the servers, you fat fucktard."
Oh shit!
He's like, the fuck? What the hell? And then everyone started laughing up. He's like, guys, you think I'm smart enough to work on the servers?
Yeah, he's like,
I'm not the one that does the servers. We have guys on the servers. What do you want from me? I'm not the guy that does that. Let me just go put two potatoes together and make it work. There, it works.
Yep.
Made the entire podcast just bust out laughing.
I also heard a rumor that Tarkov is taking it so seriously that they're offering $212,000 a year for a very advanced coder to join the team.
I will 100% believe that, because he said, Dr. Lupo asked him, how many people do you have working on the servers at all times? How many people do you have employed in your company that work on servers? For when the crashes happen, take a guess how many they have. This will blow your mind and you will never complain again.
Realistically, I'm going to say 3. No.
Okay.
Maybe 5 or 6. They've got it. It's a small company though. I don't know. 5 or 6, I'm going to say. That's my final answer.
That was everybody's guess based on the problems they're having. But what he said, 15 to 20 max. And for working on all servers. And what he said, that sounds like a lot. It takes all these different people that work on one area of one server. Every person has a different job to work on one server. And when something goes bad in one, something goes bad in the entire pizza.
So they all have to figure out their part and figure out what's going on.
In each server. And he said each server doesn't have the same issues. That's frustrating. That's the problem. It's not like one nail pops out in the entire way. It could be a nail here, a screw here, piece of dust here. Obviously, these are not real things, but I'm saying different problems in each server. 15 to 20 people to figure out the entire game at one time.
Do they have enough potatoes? Like where they can just swap out potatoes?
I don't think they do. And that's why they're looking desperately to hire more people who know how to code.
I just couldn't believe those numbers when they offered 200 and something. I think it was $212,000 a year for an advanced coder, just strictly encoder, someone with like 15 years of experience, $200,000. That blew my mind. They're taking this extremely seriously. Let's hear it.
Here's the part about 15 to 20 people. He said the amount of people that work on the servers at big companies, Epic, EA, companies like that, 200 to 300 at all times. They have 20. So, and if you know anything about EA Sports, the FIFA servers are always down. They always have issues. EA sucks as a company.
Yeah.
Bad. And they have 200 to 300, depending, and they don't work 24/7. These guys, crazy. 15 to 20, are working 24/7, day and night.
Literally.
They've even adjusted their schedule to be home sleeping during the day and up working through the night hours because that's the most popular time of the servers. So over in Russia,
that's crazy.
They adjusted their schedules to be able to work 24/7 and always have somebody in and out trying to do this the best they can.
That's crazy. It's just so cool to see like 10 to 15 people or 15 to 20, whatever it was.
15 to 20, yeah.
That's crazy to see. Like they've got to be doing like 12-hour shifts. Like you get 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Like,
yep, that's what he said. If we could work 24 straight hours, we would, but that's not physically possible. People are working nonstop, around the clock, interchanging shifts. It's a 24/7 operation over there with insanity right now to try to keep this moving.
I was just gonna say, because I just never seen so much hate from a game. Like, because if they don't fix it, people are gonna leave. Yeah. And that's what they're trying to avoid by doing all of this extra stuff that I've never seen a game do ever. Like, and that's what I think might be keeping me around. I don't know. I know that the game is so good at where it's at right now and the issues that it's having that when they actually say this game is done and they slam their hand down and say it's done, let's send it, we're not in beta anymore, the game is going to be fucking top notch. Like, this is going to be
100%.
the game that everyone and their brother, mother, whatever want to talk about. And it's just cool to see the whole market change because of a small company in Russia.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. And they were talking about the extended queue times, and they Summit was actually touching on this the most, and he said, yes, is definitely frustrating waiting 10 to 15 minutes plus for queue times. But if you're waiting 10 to 15 minute queue times for a dead game that just nobody's playing, that's absolutely horrendous. If I'm waiting 15 to 20 minutes because too many people are playing it, that's a problem I'm okay to deal with because the game is just that popping.
That's like,
Which makes sense. You know you can't get in because there's too many people trying to play. Not there's nobody plays this dead game anymore, like a DayZ miscreated type game.
yep. Hey, what do you got to say about miscreated?
No, it's just I like the game. It's just a dead game now,
I
along with DayZ.
Steam play on my Steam wish list right now. I just saw it went on sale.
It's on sale,
If
yeah.
you guys are looking for miscreated, it's 50% off right now on Steam. Go check it out.
Hashtag wannabe ad.
But it's just really cool to see that the game is taking over so much, and they're working so hard to make this game the best game that it is. Like,
Yep.
it genuinely comes so strong. Like, knowing as a player and a streamer, like, that this game could be and already is the top game on all platforms. Like,
The next Fortnite, honestly, that'll
It
be
is.
around for the foreseeable future, years to come. How many
Yep.
games are popular for more than a month or two before they just start to dwindle down, die off? The only
Not
two
much.
that have been above that is Fortnite, EFT. Everything else pops up at the height and starts doing this fast.
and that's just like
Starts coming down the mountain.
I hate to rip on PUBG so much, but
We
like,
do it a lot on this podcast, I've noticed.
it is, but it's just such an easy game to rip on. Like, that
You know
game's
why?
been
'Cause-
around even longer than Escape from Tarkov, and their
I'll just go ahead and say it.
optimization is still terrible.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We tried streaming the game on, was it Friday night?
Yep.
We tried. We put time into it. The bottom line is, that game fucking sucks. Period. You can try to play it again. You may have some fun playing with some buddies, get some drinks kicking back, just, having a good time out of it. You're not going to enjoy the game. You're going to enjoy the time you have in it, not the game.
Yep. It's just crazy. It is crazy, but I hope you guys all, unless you got.
Oh, we ain't done yet. I'm gonna stop you right there. I got one more thing. I saw where that was going. I got one more thing for EFT.
You heard the clap,
things-
didn't you?
I saw the all right. We're about to end. No, not yet. I saved you, chat.
Let's hear it.
Okay, one more thing.
Can we
EFT's
get
adding.
Can we get a thumbs up for this extra bonus?
Yeah, this is overtime. This content ain't free.
This bonus topic we got going on. Let's get a thumbs up in chat for you guys. All right, let's hear it.
Hey, leave a
Cranders.
comment, leave a like if you're happy that I saved this topic. Saved y'all.
Absolutely.
The
Let's
one-
hear it.
The only thing that he shared about upcoming content in the game, because everyone's asking about do this, do that, he wouldn't give anything. The only thing he said are scavs are about to have poison knives when they're gonna run up and try to stab you.
I heard about that, but they're only going to come out at night.
At first, they're gonna start with night to make sure everything's working, but they're gonna be all around. And they're not just gonna sit back and yell at you and start shooting. They're gonna try to sneak up behind you and melee attack you.
How scary
That's
would
like
that
that's-
be?
Like that special attack in COD when you're just sitting there and all of a sudden you get thrown down and stomped on. That's gonna be what scavs do to you.
How scary would that be when you're sitting in a bush trying to sneak up on someone you see across a field?
And then a
you
scav
hear
sneaking up behind you.
You hear a bush and you look behind you real quick just to check your six, and there's a scav running straight at you with a knife. Like,
Yep. That's what Dr. Lupo said. He's like, Jesus Christ, Nikita, you're going to make me have to wear diapers when I play this game.
It's already scary. Like, there's times where I'll be, like, creeping through, and I'm, like, trying to be quiet, and I'm running through. And then, bop! I get hit in the head. One shot, hit in the head, killed instantly. I jump, almost poop myself. Like, it's actually scary. Like,
yep, that's what Summit said. He said, when I used to play this game the first time before I took a break, I would stream it for 6 to 8 hours, get off stream, and then go play at night. Turn all my lights off in my room. It's just me and my monitor. Everything's dark. You can't see anything. Then all of a sudden, you just get fucking shot out of nowhere in the scav. I jump up, scream. Everything in my house wakes up, scares the crap out of me. My heart's racing. Now I'm gonna have scav sneaking up on me.
it is. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be
I did hear
insane.
about that, as well as the antidote for when you get stabbed is going to be a hideout thing that you can build in your hideout, but it will take multiple days.
That's the only way he said you can get it. He says you're not going to be able to sell it on the market. The only way to do it is to do it to the hideout. So if you get stabbed with it, you're fucked.
I also heard just a glimpse of what Pastilli, because Pastilli did a whole video today on YouTube just going over everything, the highlights of that podcast. Mm-hmm. And he did talk about they're possibly going to have the flea market. The items in the flea market are only going to be sellable for what you find in raid. You will not be able to purchase an item on the flea market and then turn around and sell it on the flea market to kind of protect everyone who's doing that and juicing the market like me. Like yesterday, I bought 38 empty wallets for 19,000, and right now all of them are up for 28,999. So like that's just an easy 600,000 rubles that I can make.
But how much are they going for on the market right now?
Last time I checked, right before this podcast, about 10,000. So
karma. You'll love to see it.
I mean, I might have lost 500,000 rubles. I don't know. It's all a bet. But I did hear a rumor that they're going to try it out. So you're only going to be able to sell things on the flea market that you found in a raid. I think that would be really cool.
I agree with that. That's the best way to do it. I like that you can buy things on the flea market. But one thing they need to take away, you shouldn't be able to buy things on the flea market and turn them in for tasks. All tasks should be found in raid only.
Found in raid, yep.
Stops that. If you, like I said, only being able to resell something you found. So if you buy something, can't sell it. That's for you now. I would be fine with that.
Or you
totally fine with that.
Sell it to a trader for a cut. I mean, it's like depreciation. You're gonna buy it on the flea market for a premium. You're gonna sell it to a trader for half that. I mean, that's just how life is. You buy a car, the second you leave the lot, like Cram just said the other night when we were talking about it, the second you leave the lot, you lost half your value.
Yeah, it should be the same way.
A third of your value, like it's just the same way. So even if you buy something on the flea market and realize a week later, I'm not really using this, I'm going to sell it. Well, and that's how life is. You're going to take a cut on that product that you just bought, and you're just going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to work harder in the game to make that money back, because that's how it should be. I think that's,
like if you're buying something on the flea market, which I think you should be able to do, but that's for you. So I should be able to buy something for me to use, and that's it. Like I said, you want to sell it, you lose your ass on it. You can't sell it back in the flea market. But I should be able to buy it. Like I modded a bunch of guns, but I can't then sell that for profit. No, but I can then use them for my own raids. I think that's fine.
I think that's fantastic, and that's really going to help with the flea market pricing, because I mean it jumps like crazy. Like yesterday, I was just on yesterday when I bought those wallets, and they were selling for 25,000, 25 to 35,000 easily, and right now they're down to 10,000. Like it's a risk you're going to take, but I think if they allow you, and disable you from doing that and using that flea market like the stock market, doing day trading and things like that, I think it'll really help. I think it'll make the game a lot more fun, and you're going to have to grind harder in each raid to find the things that you're looking for, as well as, Prapper task number 1, let's find 3 shotguns. Well, why would we find those when we could buy 3 MP 133 shotguns off the flea market?
Yeah.
I mean, then what's the point of playing the game if you can just play the flea market? They could even make a whole separate game that's just the flea market.
Which is what a lot of people do. They don't actually play the game. They just play the market, which is what they're trying to cut out on.
Yep.
Trying to fix that to where you can use the market, but you got to play the game.
Yep. I think that'll be really cool. And
I think
it's going to
so.
help people like me not lose 600,000 rubles within 2 days. Hopefully.
Yep. Just put that money into guns.
Yep. And use those guns to make you money.
Or lose it, but you'll have fun doing it.
Absolutely. And it seems like the more you kind of grow in the ranks in Tarkov, the more you're willing to spend more money on those guns to bring better guns, better equipment, better backpacks, things like that into the raid. You'll bring grenades now. For some reason, I don't know if they did something in the last patch, but it seems like I need to bring a water bottle into every raid lately. I don't know what that's all about, but it's kind of cool because now I got to worry about bringing water and food into each raid. Like, you can't go with
something else to think about.
Yeah, you can't go a 30-minute raid without worrying about your food and water, which is pretty cool.
Yep. Like I say, what I would say to do is when you're making money, set a bottom cap where you always want to stay above. Like, for me, I have 4.2 million because I just got that extra million, but my cap is 2 mil. So now it's probably more like 2.7 to 3 mils when I feel comfortable. So I have about $1 mil to play with. Buy some guns, some armor, whatever I want. I have a cushion to stay before I get my cap. When I get to my cap, time to be conservative again. Time to do some pistol runs, do some cheap AK runs. Take it easy so you're not going broken from hero to zero in one night like someone does a lot.
Or 0 to hero like a lot of people think they do, and then they don't.
Yeah,
and they end up playing.
That's why I said 0 to 0.
Yep, 0 to 0 a lot of times, going in with a crowbar or an axe or the hatchet or whatever. Like, these hatchlings they're gonna start getting better guns, and there eventually will be less hatchlings on the game. I think it'll be really cool.
The easiest tip: you get scav runs every 20 minutes if you don't have anything in your hideout. Free stuff. Make it out. Make as much as you can. But then when you're waiting for that 20 minutes, literally take a TT pistol, some mags, and a duffel backpack. That's probably about 10k max. And when you insure it, you're gonna get that back because nobody takes pistols. So essentially, you're just doing scav run after scav run after scav run. You're not risking anything. It's all reward. You make so much money that way.
You do. I'm sure other players, though, if you do a lot of damage to them and they end up killing you, they run up to your body and all you have is a pistol and a backpack, they're going to be kind of pissed.
That's their fault. That's not my fault.
If you're going in there fully geared, you should be able to kill someone with a pistol pretty damn easily.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, like an MP7 or an M4 or something, you should be able to just light someone up with a pistol.
100%. The main thing of the pistol is just something to shoot the scavs because they are triggered to you as a PMC. You gotta, when you're doing pistols, you want to avoid PMCs at all cost. Don't engage. Don't let them know you're there. Try to go for scavs and their guns. Loot the buildings, whatever you can. Avoid conflict, and the pistol's there to kill scavs when they get triggered to you.
Also, I want to add in that Taz shotgun. Nobody takes a Taz shotgun. So if you run in there with a Taz, I don't know what the market is going for the price on them, but if you bring a Taz into a raid, nobody's going to take that. You're going to get that back every day of the week.
Same with duffels. Like, it holds more than the, what was that, teabag vest?
The teabag.
In the army bag. It holds more than that, but nobody ever takes them.
Yep.
You'd be amazed how many times I've got that duffel back from insurance the next day.
And it's always worth it, like we said in the last podcast, it's always worth it to insure your gear. Even if you don't have much money laying around, always insure it because most likely you're going to get it back.
Yep, 100%.
Especially if a scav takes a cheeky shot on you and ends up killing you.
Yeah,
I mean, then nobody knows you're there. Nobody's going to take your stuff. You're going to get your shit back.
100%.
But cool. Hope you guys all enjoyed the podcast. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe. Tick that little bell in the corner so you know when our videos go live for you guys. We do post every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Crandis, you got anything last to say?
Hope you guys enjoyed that bonus footage. If you, like I said, if you do like it, hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe. Whole 9 yards. Other than that, we'll see you out there.
Sweet. See you guys.
Ta-ta.